Hey guys, if you like this content, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys liked the video and subscribed to my channel. It helps make these videos worth it going forward.
What's up, guys? Altcoin Sherpa here with a crypto market review. As always, this is not financial advice. I'm not an expert to your own research. Okay, before I begin, I want to say that if you are down money, you are not alone. A lot of people are down a lot of money right now. Don't hurt yourself. Just know that you have plenty of time to make money again. You know, many of us lived through 2018. That was a really painful experience. These market shakeouts are really shitty, but if you can learn from them and if you can stay in the game and really just keep grinding, then I think that you will eventually find success. You just have to keep living through these big market shakeouts. They're painful, they're hard, but they become easier as they go on. Like for me, I'm down a lot of money, but like I'm used to this shit, so it is what it is. It's as I said, it's like you get used to it. So just keep working hard and just know that it's going to suck in the short term, but like things will get better. Like I still strongly believe that we'll get a lower high, and I'll go more into that soon with the TA. But yeah, just don't like do anything crazy right now. Anyways, okay, so what are we looking at here? This is obviously the BTC USD on the daily. Everything looks like shit. Let's first look to see how bottoms are formed. So we'll look at the June consolidation period first, and then I'll start going back. One thing you need to see, like there's like a checklist that you can always think about, and I guess I should have thought about the checklist before I did this video, but we'll just do it on the fly. So what you first need is this capitulation wick. And what you need after the capitulation wick is you need the lower high, and then you also need to see some wicks into that demand area. So we'll look to see this June and July period where you can see this capitulation wick. Capitulation wick right here. And then you see a lower high. And then you also see some wicks into demand. And then that's the important part, is you see some wicks into demand, and you can see this type of price action similar to this area too, right? This is like this is like a consolidation bottom here, where you see a big capitulation wick from 40 to 30, and then like lower high, and then you start to see like some wicks down. It was really scary for this price action here because we got the wick, we got the lower high, we got the capitulation wick, and then we got the lower high, but we did not get these wicks in demand. Like there was an empty void here. And that was one thing that I started to really get a little bit concerned about, because you're not seeing these like wicks down and you're not seeing bot up. You're basically seeing this slow grind. And the slow grind is okay. So for instance, like this area here was a slow grind, but that's after several wicks into the demand area. And we didn't really get any wicks into any demand area. We just got this like slow grind, consistent selling, and there wasn't much volatility. Usually after you see this first wick here, this first capitulation wick, you see a lot of volatility. Like you can see these big wicks in both directions. You see like crazy price action, and then it usually starts to like the volatility dies down. And it's this way for all like accumulation consolidation periods. But again, when you compare it to this, you didn't really see as much like volatility. You didn't really see like crazy wicks in both directions. You just see this kind of grinding, and it's so easy to see in hindsight. But when you are looking at it, like when it's actually happening, things are obviously different. So, for instance, if you just like do a replay, like we didn't get much volatility right after this big nuke. And so that's a little bit scary. Usually you want to see like some crazy wicks in both directions. You want to see like price getting bought back up. But again, we didn't see that. And so That's why this current price action here, this grind is so scary right now, especially this price action here from mid to late January, where it's just very thin price action and again, not much volatility. It's just like a slow grind down, and what you really need at this point, I think, is like maybe one last shakeout. I don't know. I'm doing 30K. Like this is like a very strong demand area, and we'll look at some more technical charts as well in a little bit. But if you can see past bullish consolidations, you'll see a big capitulation wick followed by a lower high, and then you'll see some wicks into the demand area, and then continuation up. So I don't think we'll compare the 2020 crash because that was truly fucking scary. And this was like a V-shaped reversal, and Bitcoin rarely does V-shaped reversals. And if you look contextually too, you can't really look to see back in the 2019 price action because this was still arguably like a bear market overall, and this former price action is a little bit hard to compare. And every cycle is going to bring about new type of price action, new tops, new bottoms. We all know that, but if you look to see again, this is the infamous 2018 bottom, where again you saw market nukage, big capitulation wick, and the wicks back then were a little bit different because of there weren't as many futures options. So you just saw like some like slow grinding. You didn't see like these massive insane wicks in both directions. But again, you saw this big breakdown from 6K to 3K, and then you saw lots of volatility in the first parts, lots of sell volume, lots of carnage, and then after you see like a lower high, that's when you start to see price have this slow grinding price action. This is like the accumulation aspect. And you can really compare this to a lot of different other charts too, like the altcoin charts back in May. I would really encourage you guys to look at those because it's very similar. You see like lots of crazy volatility, and then you see price kind of form a rounded bottom. So I'll probably do some videos overall on altcoins in the coming days, but for now, I'll just kind of go into Bitcoin. But what I'm really looking for at this point now is I'm looking for like a final shakeout, and I'm looking for some wicks in both directions, high volatility, and then after that I'm looking for a consolidation accumulation period. So what I'd really like to see, I don't know where it's going to come, but like maybe we see like some sort of, I don't know, move up to like low 40s and then like a big wick down to like 30K or 29 or 28 or whatever it is. And then at that point, that's what I would really like to see is some crazy wicks down there and like, and then them getting bought back up, followed by a ranging cooling period. That's what I would really like to see. In terms of overall support levels, what I'm really viewing right now is I'm still viewing this 30K area. To me, you can see it's still a high volume node. Like if you look just basically like anywhere right here, like 30K is like kind of this high volume node, and this is where price likes to trade at a lot. Traders find this is like to be fair value, at least in these circumstances, and anywhere from 30 to 40K is like an overall area that I'm viewing. I can't tell you exactly what the what these levels are because there's so much consolidation in these periods. Like if you look to see like a fib for these overall consolidation areas, there were two consolidation areas. There's one back in January of 2021 and again back in May of 2021. So to me, price really likes to trade in this area for quite some time. And you've seen that for several months over the course of 2021, where price likes to really trade in this 30 to 40K area. So again, I don't know where this bottom is going to form. Like, I think it's best to probably just go ahead and wait a little bit and maybe like bid 30K. But this is certainly a possibility that this is the bottom now. Like, I don't know if it is. I'm waiting for some big wick, waiting for maybe like one last shakeout, but I am open to the idea that this could be the bottom now. Sentiment is pretty bad right now. people are losing a lot of money. There is some higher sell volume, etc. So, 35. I'm basically saying anywhere from 35 to 30 is kind of like an area that I'm viewing. I don't think that we'll go to like 20K, but again, I didn't really think that we would go this low, straight from 70K. Like, I'm really surprised that we didn't hit a lower high, and um, I'm really sorry if you lost money because I had that idea for a really long time. Just know that I'm down a lot of money too. Like, I had a lot of conviction in my own idea, and I really, really, really expected price to, like, bottom out somewhere like um, 40K or whatever, like form some sort of lower high, and then see where the low is set. But to see this just constant grind down, like, this was surprising to me because I did not expect Bitcoin to behave like this. But is what it is. It's a learning experience. With price going the way it has, I am now of the opinion that we're going to hit like a multi-month range. And what I mean by that is I think that price is now going to range between 60 and 30K for months. I think that this is the overall range that we're going to play. And there's going to be deviations in both directions. So, for instance, like, we saw this deviation at 68K or whatever, and we'll probably get some deviations lower too, like at, I don't know, 25K for all we know, or a little higher maybe. But um, I think that there will be deviations in both directions, but I am now of the opinion that we will see a multi-month range for Bitcoin. And during this time, I think that we'll see a lot of choppy behavior and consolidation. And I think that this overall 2022 is going to be much different than 2021, for a lot of the macro reasons, and also just the overall crypto market just might need to cool off and chill for a little bit. With that said, I think there's still going to be some very good altcoin opportunities when Bitcoin is in a ranging consolidation area. As we've seen in the past, like even throughout August and September, we saw a lot of layer ones really pop off, like Axie Infinity, metaverse plays like Sand and what have you. Like, those all like really were big rotations in altcoins all throughout the fall of 2021. And I actually think that we are going to see that again. We're going to see a lot of altcoins do pretty well, but I do believe that it's going to be mostly sector driven. I don't think that it's going to be like a traditional alt season where everything just pumps randomly. Um, we will, you will have to be an active market participant to really take the most advantage of those gains, in my opinion. So, where do I look to see Bitcoin now? I see Bitcoin mostly at I'm still waiting for like a wick down to 30K personally, but again, I'm still open to the idea this could be a bottom. Like, I don't know. I'm not dumping all my coins right now because this is a possible bottom right here. I would rather just go ahead and buy more at 30K for my altcoins respectively. That's going to be another 20 or 50% nuke down. But I would rather just like buy dips, and I am underwater, so don't, like, I'm not like some sort of expert, as I say. So with that said, I am of the opinion that we are going to really see a lot of lower highs for Bitcoin. I feel really strongly that we are going to get higher than this current level right now. I don't know where it's going to be. I don't know how high it's going to be. Usually these lower highs go higher than you think. And it's really going to depend how much time we spend down below, like at 30K or like currently 35K. Like, if we chop for a really long time from 30 to 35K, then I am of the opinion that like the bottom will be in, and then we're even going to go like make runs up to 60K, because it's going to depend on how long we spend down here, of course. But um, if it's anything like 2018 or 2019, or I'm sorry, 2018, where 2018 and 2019 were price like chopped around for several months. Like, if you look back at the bottom of the bear market, from, I don't remember where it was. I know it was like November to, let's look at the, okay, so from November to April, this was like several months in a fairly tight range from, what is that, 44,000, like basically 4,200 to 3,200 or so. Um, really a 20% range is not that much, like in crypto terms. So if we see something like a 25 or whatever percent like range, um, for Bitcoin, like if we just see this chop around from, who knows, I don't know, like we'll call it 40 to 30. 40 to 30, I think if we just chop around for 40 to 30 for a while, then I think that, like, we're going to make like some sort of like lower high in the 60s. But it's really going to depend on how long we chop here. It's certainly possible that we just consolidate for a little bit and then like hit a lower high at 42 or something like that, and then come back lower. But the longer time that we spend down below, the more bullish it is on the lower high. So um, I will say that, like, don't expect like just like a V-shaped reversal up to like 50K. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's more likely that we chop around for a bit and then hit some sort of lower high at 50K or something, and then come lower. That's kind of what I'm expecting overall. And so currently, my strategy is to go ahead and buy altcoins all the way down to 30K or whatever for Bitcoin. As I said, anywhere from 20 to 50% lower, and then I'll go ahead and just I'll sell in the lower high, like I'll de-risk. I feel pretty confident that 30K will be a pretty strong support area. But then again, I said that about 37, so like what the fuck do I know, right? Maybe I'm just like way off. Like I was really expecting like 37 or around there to like hold 37 to 40, but obviously to not. So but yeah, that's kind of like my overall market thoughts right now. I think tomorrow I'll do a video on some altcoin strategies that you guys can take, and some like what altcoins to look at. Here's what you guys really should look at: is you should just go to Binance and then click to see which altcoins are really strong right now. I know that Atom is very, very strong, so you might want to look at coins like that. Those are the coins that are getting really bought up quickly, and those are the ones that you should probably focus on. So hopefully you guys stay safe and don't do anything stupid right now. Just really, really take care of yourselves and just keep grinding through it. I know it sucks now, but you will make it if you continue to grind and endure these losses. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Talk to you guys soon.